Hello, everyone. We put last week a poll on LinkedIn, and it was talking about the what cost the world $8.8 trillion, which is equal to 9% of global GDP. It's gonna be our topic today. It's employee engagement. Employee engagement, according to the Gallup reports, costs the world $8.8 trillion, equal to 9% of global GDP. If you like that topic, give us the thumbs up and hit that subscription button so you will be notified when we post new material. Okay, so employee engagement. So according again to the Gallup said, employee engagement costs the world $8.8 trillion, which equal to 9% of GDP. And that's the importance of the employee engagement. And today we're not going to talk about employee engagement in terms of some company they put like a coffee machine on the cafeteria, or providing the employee with meals, or they bring a cook for the kitchen, adding a couple of chairs in that lounge. We're not talking about that. I believe these are to some extent a necessity for the employee in order for them to feel comfortable, in order for them to stretch, in order for them to eat and feel healthy and feel energetic, and they can do and they can stay maybe a little bit longer hours and be committed when they are in the office. Help them, save them some time. They feel comfortable with that. But in terms of employee engagement, the way we see it, or the way even the latest survey and papers written on that, that's not employee engagement. And unfortunately, most of the company, they didn't do what they're supposed to do in terms of employee engagement. The employee engagement is bigger than that. It's way bigger than that. Employee engagement meaning that you get your employee to believe in your goals and to be on board with you. And when I say with you, meaning that the executive team, the top level leaders, in order for the company to move forward, and in order for the company to move not for that level, but taking that company to the second and third level, if you would say that, if you talk about that, to sustain that revenue. And today we're going to discuss that. How can you really do that as a leader? Listening will help you out to start convey the message right. Because sometimes you make a decision at that top level, and sometimes that decision is not 100% correct. But even when we convey the message to employee, we are not really telling them why we had this approach. Yes, I know there is some kind of being secretive about what your plan is, and yes, there is sometimes your competition and your competitors are listening to you and waiting for something, how you approach this. But that's a different story. You don't have to open that lid on everything. You don't have to let everything out, but at least what can you justify? How can you justify that kind of direction or decision? Why are you making that decision? Oh, we decided to do that. We're changing the direction of the company. Why? And then you open these channels. And it's not opening the channels by saying that the head of the human resources, or maybe the head of so and so, you can send them comments and we read the comments. If the comments are negative, we put them aside. It's not like that. It has to be genuine, coming genuinely from those leaders as a top level that they want to listen. They have group of people that they can add value to them. That's the way we see it. That's how we interpret the employee engagement. As long as you don't have that, you could easily miss an opportunity. You could easily put the work and put the company at risk. And we've all seen, issue after issue after issue, we've seen companies that went to the top, and from the top, in just a few months, maybe a few weeks, they've been dissolved. They've been merged with another company. They've been bought out. They've been like under further scrutiny. They've been with all these troubles, and that's very very critical. And again, it is not about I do something for the employee. It is not about I bring the employee a cafeteria if they don't have one, or a cook if they don't have one. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. Employee engagement meaning that how can you get your people on board with what you believe in terms of your vision, in terms of your goals, and if you have something in mind in terms of we changing direction, we have that specific policy, that's what we're going to do, we have to start thinking about something else. You have to tell your people why you're doing that, and you have to be able to listen if somebody has objection. And it's not only objection by listening and not processing. I could listen and not process. I'm not talking about that. No, listening and processing, and put yourself in the middle of that as if you are the referee for that. What if that plan is not right? What if so and so, that when we talked about it in that conference, or we open up for the talk, and that comment that he or she or they mentioned might be right, might not be that's the direction we should have been taking, or maybe we need more analytics on that, maybe we need more analysis on that, maybe we need to be more patient on that until the picture will be more clear. And that's very very critical. I give you just a very quick example. We know a company, and that was like a mid-size financial institution, and they came to Tampa, and they were like the first maybe wave of financial institution to come, and to Florida in general. And at that time, we all knew, you're talking about like 15 years ago, whatever, is we all knew at that time is Tampa is a merger market, meaning that in a merger market, it could take at least between 8 to 15 years until you start seeing the fruit of what you've been doing, and you harvest whatever you've been working on. We all know that. So, but again, because the pressure, and because the cost, and because that, what happened 2-3 years into that project, they start cutting back, and instead of increasing the manpower, increasing their appearance, increasing their marketing, looking at opportunities, and wait, because that's investment. That's how you companies should be looking at. You are not going to see something in especially in the merger market. It takes time. But what happened? They start decreasing, and what happened after that? 10, 12, 15 years later, 13 years later, boom. And what happened? They missed that opportunity. Why? Probably they did not decide that in terms of, can we listen to somebody that maybe they are right? Do we have enough support, enough documentation, enough analysis, enough vision? Sometimes even you could just go by and ask, and but again, you can ask and you can listen, but if you are not processing, it's going to be the same thing. Is really very hard to train that leaders not to only stick to what they believe or to their close circle, but is really the challenge is, how can I put myself in the middle of that? How can I keep myself with the same distance with these doing that or not doing that, going in this or not going in this, until I really have that firm believe in that. And it's not only me, but my people also have the firm belief this is the right direction, and this is what believe we should be taking. That's the employee engagement. That means you get your people on board, and that means you're all moving in one ship. And believe me, if we're really looking at this from that angle, and we start working on that, and working on that it can be in different direction, but it has to start from top. So you got to start from the top down. You got to have those leaders to believe in this, and then that goes to the wherever department they are, but the HR mainly is going to be lifting the heavy weight on this. What program you can really get that, and have that safe environment. That it doesn't make any difference when you say something that you see is not right. Even if you have to criticize something in a good way, of course, in a respectful way, of course. I'm not, there is always have to be respect, and don't cross the line. That's my word to the employee. But in the other hand, absolutely, you gotta be constructive for the employee as well. When you criticize, or you gotta be criticism from constructive criticism. What's really you want to do that. And also my recommendation to the employee, if you have really suggestion, you have to have support to these ideas. You have ideas, you have something, you gotta have support. But again, even if you do that, and without it channels and people at the higher leader and that executive team level, they don't believe in that, is going to be worthless. So it has to start from the top level. It has to start from there, and then it can top down. It can start funneling that throughout the company until you really spread that atmosphere, spread that environment. There is nothing wrong when you criticize in a constructive way. There is nothing wrong when you bring support enough. And of course, the other side is we need to listen. We have to have an open ear and open mind on that. But it's a very critical subject, guys, and I would love to hear your comments on that and your feedback. Please, if you like that topic, give that video the thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscription button, and then we'll see you in next video. Take care.